Howdy, Ron denBroeder from Keystone Motors, taking a look at Volvo's XC60. This is the crossover SUV. It is 182 inches long. That's the same length, believe it or not, as my mid-size sedan, the S60 sedan. They share the same platform. Naturally, this has many of the SUV attributes, such as 8.5 inches of ground clearance, the big SUV style tires. The model we're currently looking at is the XC60 T6 all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is standard when you get the upgraded power plant. This is a 3-liter turbocharged 300 horsepower engine, straight six, with torque of 325. The torque is very important for acceleration. You will find that this car has kind of the feel of a V8 but without the gas guzzling characteristics. Great lines on this car. It's actually very, very big inside. So if you look at it from the back, it looks much, much bigger than it does from the outside. The reason for that is Volvo mounts its engine sideways so that you have a shorter nose to the car and you have a lot of depth to the interior. The seats will flip down flat just with a simple push, and you have a lot of depth here. It's quite impressive for an SUV as its size. It doesn't feel small, but it also doesn't feel too big. It drives more like a car than a truck, and that's because of the low center of gravity. Volvo took all the heavy stuff way up high and they moved it down low underneath the floorboards. Additionally, safety-wise, you could argue that this is the safest SUV in the world. Gyroscopic anti-roll system in the roof, as well as reinforcements to the roof to make it 5 times the normal strength of steel without any additional weight. And that's what I've been told. And then the interior of the car has been getting very good reviews as well. Now, the back seat is worth mentioning. It's the roomier of the two back seats of the two Volvo SUVs, believe it or not. So the XC90 is longer and it has the third row, but this is a car that actually has a slightly more spacious back row, about 2/3 of an inch or so. Optional booster seats for small children. That's a 2-stage booster. The passenger front seat will flip forward if you've got to fill the car with a bunch of lumber from Home Depot or something like that. And all of the seat positions, all 5 of these seat positions, front and back seats, were designed by a team of orthopedic doctors for maximum safety and comfort. So the front seats are fantastic for a long trip. This is a car I would describe as having a good mix of sporty ride and also comfort. Notice the reinforcements and bolstering on the sides of the seats here. Fantastic comfort there, and very good visibility. The same team of designers works on making the dashboard simple to use, reducing blind spots whenever possible. There is an available system on this car called the Blind Spot Information System. There is also a pedestrian detection system that can be ordered, and additional safety features such as advanced adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning. So let me show you how the city safety auto braking technology works. We're going to drive up here. I'm not going to touch the brakes with my feet. It's going to stop in the last 3 feet. So that'll kind of jar you and might spill your latte, but of course it'll avoid a rear end impact. So supposedly it will reduce what amount to 40% of the crashes in the United States. These are all the low speed stop and go traffic impacts like the one we just demonstrated. So let's climb over these railroad ties real quick and we'll check out the acceleration. Okay, acceleration on this car is quite impressive. You've got 325 foot-pounds of torque, so even though the car is 4,100 pounds, it really does quite well. I'm up to about 50 right now. There's my service department. So overall with this car, you've got a fantastic combination of sportiness and also versatility and ruggedness. This car will go off-road. Excellent acceleration with the T6. The 3.2-liter non-turbo is also fantastic in terms of its torquiness, and it gets better fuel economy, so I certainly wouldn't rule that one out either. It has a wonderful combination of being a great family car and also being nice and stylish too. So that would probably explain why it's the #1 worldwide bestseller for Volvo.